We're going to begin with this. President Trump spending much of his second day in Britain with the Prime Minister, who's about to lose her job. Her last day, by the way, is Friday. The president and Theresa May are discussing a wide range of topics, including climate change, trade, and Brexit. A short distance away, thousands of protesters gathered to demonstrate against President Trump. They are now marching toward the site of the meeting.
The president's state visit began with a full day of events involving Britain's royal family, ending with a white tie banquet hosted by Queen Elizabeth. Paula Reid is outside the prime minister's residence at 10 Downing Street in London, where May and the president are meeting right now. Paula, what can we expect from day 2 of the president's trip?
Well, Anthony, day 2 shifts from royal pageantry to politics. And a short time ago, the president and the first lady arrived here at 10 Downing Street. They were greeted by the prime minister and her husband and ushered inside for a working lunch. Surrounded by U.S. and British business leaders, President Trump and Prime Minister Theresa May emphasized their country's economic ties.
It's a great partnership, but I think it's a partnership that we can take even further.
President Trump expressed optimism about a new trade deal once the UK formally exits the European Union.
I don't know exactly what your timing is, but stick around. Let's do this deal. Okay?
With her Friday departure looming, May is considered a lame duck. But White House officials insist it's in times of political uncertainty that the two countries must stand together. The trip also provides a welcome distraction from impeachment talk back home. Last night, President Trump was treated to a glittering state banquet. A scripted Mr. Trump thanked the Queen for her hospitality and the UK's friendship.
As we honor our shared victory and heritage, we affirm the common values that will unite us long into the future.
As the first family dined with the royals, including the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, the Queen reflected on the two countries' long-standing alliance.
The anniversary of D-Day reminds us of all that our countries have achieved together.
The Queen stressed the importance of international alliances to a president who has repeatedly rebuffed them.
Britain and the United States worked with other allies to build an assembly of international institutions to ensure that the horrors of conflict would never be repeated.
The banquet capped a day of royal pomp and ceremony. President Trump appeared to make a concerted effort to observe royal protocol, walking behind the Queen and paying respects to his host. Following this lunch, the Prime Minister and the President are expected to hold a joint press conference. After that event, the President and the First Lady will get a tour of the Churchill War Rooms, and later tonight they have some additional social engagements with Prince Charles and his wife Camilla.
Paula, we're seeing protests in London happening right now, in fact. What can we expect on that front today?
Tony, we can actually hear several thousand protesters demonstrating not far from here, but we're told it's a considerably smaller group than what was expected. Among those protesters is opposition leader Jeremy Corbyn. He boycotted last night's state banquet, but he is expected to address the demonstrations. Now, one of the groups is employing a large balloon, depicting President Trump as a giant orange baby in a diaper clutching an iPhone. The organizer says the balloon is meant to send a message to President Trump that he is not welcome here.
Paula Reid in London for us. Paula, thank you. Who could forget the balloon? I think they had it last year as well.